Welcome to the Academy. Please take your seats.
And welcome to Fading Footsteps. This week, nothing bad happened last week, so we'll just carry on as normal and everything will be fine. Before we go around and say hello to all of these wonderful faces around the screen, please take a moment to look at all the links that my bot is currently spamming at you, including social links, places you can go to support us, sponsor information. Big thank you to Bird in the Storm Publishing and Mage Hand Press who make this all possible, and not the Bird Hand Prom, which I think was what I was going to try and say. Also, we've got a bunch of discount codes for a bunch of stores. Check them out, and I haven't updated the tweet yet, but I will update that as we go round, and I hand over to Holly. Oh, hi!
Oh, hi. How's it going, everybody? I'm Holly. I'm Sagephilia. You can find me on Twitter under the same name. I'm also here Tuesdays and Thursdays. And today I'm playing the Dungeon Master. So we're going to have a really good show. I'm going to pop it on over to Abigator Frenzy, who was absent last week for all of the totally generic, nothing bad happening fun. Oh, hi.
Oh, hi. I haven't even, I have no idea what happened last episode. So I'm sure it was totally fine, right? Totally fine. But yes, my name is Abby. I just started a new job, so if I seem kind of out of it, it's because new job hype. But also, you can find me on Twitter at AbigatorFrenzy. But I'm going to be playing Puck today. They are a changeling warlock artificer who didn't miss anything last week, and the last thing they remember, I believe, is didn't we beat the slugs or whatever that were coming out of the ground?
Water scorpions.
Scorpions, thank you.
And then Sintagon ran away.
Yeah, because something weird backstory happened.
Yeah, he ran from his past. It's fun, right?
Literally.
That's fun.
Literally.
As we go... Oh, sorry.
Go ahead. I was about to say, was I aware that it was like... I forget if Puck was like heard that they were connected. Like,
anyway, moving swiftly on. Let's go around to Josia or Liz. Oh hi.
Oh hi. I'm Liz. You can find me on the Twitter at emjosia, Giosia. I'm playing Tay, who is a half-elf grave cleric. Super excited to be here. Thanks for having me.
We're super excited to have you. And thank you very much, Michael Wayne, who has gifted a re-roll. 1 for Liz and 1 for Raven. Raven Coop, oh hi.
Oh, hi. I'm Raven. You can follow me on Twitter at Raven_co-op or at Raven Coop. Or you can follow me at Co-op the podcast. And I'm going to be playing Araki. She's a half-orc beastmaster with her puppy Kuma. So happy to be here.
So glad to have you. So glad. And just realizing how you would pronounce your Twitter handle was a revelation to me. I didn't even consider that. And I live in a country with the Co-op bank.
Well, I was like, it's either Coop because it's Raven. So, I mean, birds and then Co-op.
Yeah, that's where I was. Hi everyone, I'm Scrat. I'll be playing Sintagon. I'm an apprentice wizard war mage who doesn't loves magic. Doesn't love past magic.
Loves magic. Magic is not love. Love is not magic.
Yeah, he realized a couple of episodes back that he's a teenager and then got very confused.
Okay, so this is Valkyrie. She is going to apparently be on stream the entire time. All right, so last episode where absolutely nothing happened, what actually happened was we were at a party 2 episodes ago that kind of got disrupted. Sintagon ran away into an inn where he had a conversation with a very interesting musical talent and a fine fellow who was on his way to meet his family. And he and the big wizard, Mr. Kent, decided that they were going to join them to go to the next town over, possibly to run as far away as humanly possible from everything. So they got into a cart driven by a mysterious stranger, because that seems... No, they paid for it. And they found the next town over was curiously very far into a giant pit in the ground. They found one guard there who said that everything seemed to be normal. But is it not? And we are going to very briefly pick up with Sintagon before we flash over to Puck. Sintagon, make me a perception check.
Sure, and as we do, thank you very much to Michael Wayne, who gifts, I'm going to slaughter the pronunciation, Rian Rene, a sub, which means they have a reroll to gift. And I've lost my character sheet. There we go. Found it. Perception.
Yes.
I swear, you always make me roll these. Hi.
Hi.
That's a free.
Okay.
Oh, it's a free! What do I see?
So you're kind of just looking around the city. Your bard friend bids you a see you later as he goes to investigate this opposing talent that he's seen a poster for and tried to destroy a poster for. And your other friend is like, well, I'm gonna go off and meet my family, and you're sort of like, I don't want Kent to just not find anyone, so I'll just sort of stick here. You're just looking around the town. Seems pretty deserted, pretty quiet. There's not a lot of people out. It's like midday, so maybe, I don't know, they do something weird during midday.
Well, what are they literally like living in a hole in the ground? Why aren't? Oh, they literally are living in a hole in the ground.
And as you're sort of looking around, you see a dog bound up to you. What does this dog look like?
Okay, so this dog is a very large blue pit bull, and she's got a little bit of gray around her face, and she just bounds up to you, and then she'll sit right in front of you and just kind of cock her head, her tail wagging.
Shortly after, someone comes running after said puppy.
Kuma, get back here! God, why do I even put up with you, Kuma? Why? I mean, Jesus, dog. And you see before you a 6 foot tall, grayish olive half orc with very long black hair shaved to the side. She has a bow on her back, and she goes up and she pets Kuma, and she looks down at Kuma and she's like, so this is the person? This is the one that so obviously needs our help? I mean, he obviously...
Me need help? I mean, I don't think Sintagon a 6'1" tiefling, but if you look at his feet, he is wearing heels. Oh no, wait, they're his hooves. They are high-heeled hooves. Pale violet as your skin, metallic silver hair. I don't think I need help at all. I'm a regular here, tiefling. Just fitting in.
I don't know if you do or do not know who this is, and she points at Kuma. But she's got really great insight into people that need obvious help. So.
Oh, well, I mean, if we're looking at like passive insight here, I'll give you a whole bunch. Sintagon is lost, trying to avoid the wizard nearby. He doesn't know where he is. He doesn't know where his friends are. He doesn't want to see his friends. He wants to get very far away. All of this is very apparent just from a quick scan of his face, even without pupils.
Araki, go ahead and roll me a perception as well.
Okay. That's my perception. There it is. That's a 13.
As you're looking over this tiefling that's starting to, you actually kind of have to look up a little bit to look at, which you're not super used to. You see something glinting in the sky for a brief moment that sort of reflects the sun into your eyes, and then when you look kind of back up, it's gone.
That's weird. Is that something that, I mean, was it coming from the sky?
It was almost like if like a cloud very briefly like had like a metal plate in it or something. Like it's not like it was like falling towards you. It was just up in the sky, a brief like flash of something reflective, and then when you look back, it's not there.
Okay, that's weird. Kuma, did you see that? Kuma? She cocks her head a little. She's like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Too busy snuffling the wizardy pockets for treats.
She starts like nuzzling his hand for pets, for obvious pets. And Araki just kind of like bops her, tells her to stop. Anyway, that was weird. Did you see that?
No, I didn't see a thing.
Oh, that's weird. All right, what's your name? Because Kuma's never gonna leave you.
Oh!
This is Kuma, by the way.
Hello, Kuma. My name's Sintagon.
Okay, Sintagon. All right, let's Do you drink?
Yeah, I drink all the time. I'm of drinking age.
Kuma, I don't think he drinks. All right, let's go. Well, let's go inside. The sun is bright or something. Something's reflective. It hurts my eyes. Let's go. And I go to, in this.
There's a tavern.
Okay, we go to a tavern.
Sintagon's going to quickly look around to make sure that Kent isn't following them, because this person seems cool, and he doesn't want Kent to blow it.
Make a perception. It's not like he just randomly whips out like severed elf arms to your new friend. Oh,
he does. He literally does. I want to re-roll that. I really don't want Kent to come. 10. Come on with a re-roll. It's a 10.
You do not see Kent anywhere. You see the guard that you spoke to earlier, kind of like doubled over slightly, not like, but like just sort of resting.
As soon as I can't see Kent, I'm running after Araki. Like,
okay.
The inn is called the Dusty Stool.
The Dusty Stool. All right, come on in. That's my local joint. Just act a little bit cooler.
Yeah, sure. No. Hey, the Dusty Stool. Do you think this is a guardsman's pub? Because I get a real sense of duty. Duty?
Araki just walks in. She doesn't even bother.
All right, we're gonna flash over to Puck. So, Puck, last we left you, you were with a centaur, along with some others, and the ground was turning into a soupy mess below you. You started going after Sintagon, but then the centaur stopped you and said, could you help me get some people together to try to get them away from the danger? It'll only take a minute. We just need to make sure that everyone gets out of here in case these things come back.
All right, and Puck, who at this point is in their kind of regular laying low, frizzy hair, almost scholarly looking, but has writing all up their arms, always looks very distracted, like they're just thinking it's chaos. They're always in a state of chaos. So trying to see where Sintagon's going up. Yeah, no, help with people. Yeah, who needs it? What do you need me to do?
Just those people, and she like points to some of the people that are like huddling around a tree and says, just try to get them moving.
Yeah, okay. As Puck kind of walks up to these people who are huddling, we need to leave now. This is dangerous.
Make me a persuasion. Or intimidation, however you're trying to get them to scoot the patoot.
In this situation, definitely persuasion, which is a 6. You can tell Puck is very distracted.
They kind of like look at you and say, I'm not going across that, like pointing to like the ground where everything was coming out.
No, I promise everything's fine. They're dead. They're away. We need to go now.
They kind of like look you up and down, and they look over at this centaur, and she like tosses her head, and she comes galloping over, and she's like, you can jump on me if you want. And they kind of take her up on that and kind of like haphazardly like hold on to like arms and back and stuff, and she gallops around and off, and it looks like most of the people are kind of cleared up.
Yeah, at this point, Puck is gonna follow. I think I know what you're gonna do. Okay.
So you start walking across this swampy field. Am I already heading in the direction you thought?
Yep.
And make me a con save.
Everything is fine. Oh, nat 20.
Good. So you do get sucked down into the mud, but it manages to stop right here, and you are not suffocating.
Perfect. Okay.
as you step into what seems like a sinkhole, and you just slurp down. And as you kind of like struggle to free yourself, two people appear. It is the woman who yelled at the pink tiefling from 2 sessions ago, and the pink tiefling. And the woman has Cordassa's arm in a very strong, sturdy grasp. And she says, "What do you think you were doing, you stupid girl?" And she says, I had, you don't understand what it's like. You have nothing. And as you watch, this person who's grabbing her arm lets go and their appearance changes. Can you make me a history roll?
Oh, yes, I can. I'm good at history.
So you've never actually met one of this before, but you see it and you're looking at it and it's shiny, but kind of organic and humanoid. This is a Warforged. And she, as the Warforged lets go of this tiefling, she puts fingers up to her temple and says, "Don't understand. I understand that you are upset. I understand that you think you're doing what's right by your people, but you have to do what's right by all people." And the tiefling kind of looks down and says, "Well, if you would just tell them, I have already told them everything there is to say. They signed up for this. They knew what they were getting up to." She says, but they didn't. They didn't know what they were getting into. They thought they knew, but did they know it would take this long? Did they know that this would all be part of it? And she, "Look, stupid girl. There's too many lives at stake for you to go throwing it all away for someone who what? You care for, maybe you love. Big deal. Everybody loves somebody. That doesn't entitle you to throw away so long planning. And now I have to clean up your mess." And Cordassa kind of looks uncertain for a moment and says, "But if he just knew, I thought, I mean, it can't have changed that much." And the Warforged, looks up for a moment and closes her eyes and says, "The wizard lived. He was supposed to die. And now we don't know what that's going to affect." And she grabs her again and she pulls something out of her pocket. Make me a perception roll.
Perception is not something I'm good at. Yep.
Okay. You can't really see what she does, but she seems to almost like choke her for a minute.
Uh-huh.
And as she is choking Cordassa, you see her eyes kind of roll back and she seems to wince. And then her face goes slack and the Warforged lets her go and she falls to her knees for a second.
Cordassa does, or the Warforged?
Mm-hmm. Cordassa does.
Okay.
And then the Warforged gives her like a little kick and says, "Now, do what it is you were supposed to be doing, while I do what no one can do, apparently, on this whole entire plane." And she stretches out her arms, and as she does, sort of Transformer-like, parts of her metal body shift, and you see her shapeshift into a giant bird. And she lets out a cry as she lifts off and she flaps away. And Cordassa is on the ground for a moment and looks up and seems almost dazed as she stands up and she starts walking away.
Okay. My question is, I don't think I don't have anything to get myself up. However, I'm not sure.
You can
No.
make an athletics check if you're going to try to like.
Okay. First, I'll make an athletics check, and then if that doesn't, yeah, no. So, as Cordassa is walking away, Puck is going to breathe in through her nose and do that weird, like, very try to be as loud as they can without opening their mouth to see if.
Okay.
Cordassa, you better have real good perception.
You see her kind of start, and she looks around, and she looks very concerned. And as she's looking around, someone walks up to her and distracts her. It's a half elf, and she turns to Tay and says, "Oh, thank goodness you're here. There's been an awful lot of fatalities."
As this is going on.
And maybe something not so fatal. And she looks like very alarmed as she's looking over this scene.
Well, I'm glad that I can be here to help. That's what I do. Did you hear that just now?
I don't think I could not hear it.
Yeah.
Do you see it though?
Tay's gonna go in that direction and see if she can find out what is making that noise.
Okay, make me a perception check that's higher than a 1.
Oh, hold please.
Puck's elephant noises.
It was actually kind of a near thing. It's a 6.
Okay, luckily, Puck is being very obvious. It takes you a minute, and Puck, you're sort of like starting to breathe in some like you have like mud kind of spattered up, and like, and you see this half elf, which is strange. You have not yet seen any sort of elven anything in this city that hasn't been some sort of disfigured. Yeah, dangaries. It's okay. You work with dead people. Kind of poking her way around. And Tay, it takes you like a stunning amount of time because like as you're poking around, you keep thinking you find her and you'll pull some, but it's just another dead person. And then you put no, that's just another dead person. And like there are picnic tables around, so like you can just sort of like, you know, lay them out as you're going around. And then finally you find the disturbance, which buried, much like most of the dead people, is a top of a head.
Top of a very fuzzy head with eyes that look like the most frustrated. I've had a day. Get me out of this mud.
Can you maybe help me with this? I'm not exactly probably the best person to be pulling people out of the mud, actually. I don't have a lot of strength. So
yeah. Yes, but I really need to get back to my shop. I'll just help real fast, okay? And she kind of like sticks her hands in the mud trying to find like your armpit.
Mm-hmm.
And we're both gonna have to make it an athletics, not acrobatics.
Ooh, it's no good.
Yeah, no. Puck, you can also roll to see if you can sort of climb on their arms as they're reaching down to kind of.
Nope.
What did you roll, Tay?
5.
Okay.
So good.
We do have some re-rolls if we don't want Puck to suffer.
Maybe we better not start with a character death. So,
Wait, I have a reroll also.
I also have one.
I also there might be something I can do magically, so we don't have to waste those rerolls. Let's.
Abby, you have
I'm
a
not
reroll
sure
that
if
carried
that
over
would-
from a couple of weeks ago as well.
What?
You had a reroll that carried over from a couple of weeks ago as well, so you also have one.
Perfect. I'll use mine then, because this is me trying to survive, or Puck, not me. I know the difference between reality and. Yeah.
Also, thank you so much to Co-op the podcast, who just gifted a sub to Hey Dr. Will. Hey Dr. Will, you have a reroll to gift, and also your name is really good for that sentence.
Hey,
All
Dr.
right.
Will.
I'm going to also use my reroll. Scrat. Guys.
Oh my gosh! Puck's gonna suffocate. It's okay, you guys. It's fine. Obviously.
So, you guys are not making any purchase. So,
This is bad news bears.
Cordassa's kind of like, I have an idea, and she's like, looks at you for a minute. She's like, just, don't you have like a gravedigger shovel or something? I'll come back with something to help.
Goodness, wouldn't that be nice if I did? Oh,
And
boy.
she kind of like runs off as fast as she can.
I do have some rope though, so You said there are picnic tables here?
Mhm.
Okay, so
And also kegs, if that's what you're into.
hey. Tay will run over to one of the picnic tables and like tie off a quick loop around one of the legs and then throw the rope in Puck's direction. I mean, hopefully something is up above. You know, maybe
Yeah,
you can grab it.
We'll say that we've gotten like the mouth up at this point from all the pulling.
That's probably not great.
No, it's fine. Puck will take whatever.
Okay. I think. Okay, so I'll go back over and try to reach down under the mud and see if I can maybe loop the rope underneath your armpit or around your waist or something. Probably not your neck, because that would be super bad news. But someplace that'll give us a little bit of purchase that we could pull together, perhaps.
Make me either a sleight of hand or a athletics check to do that.
Okay, we're gonna do sleight of hand. It's only slightly better. That's a 13.
Okay, yeah, you can get it somewhere that doesn't really seem like it's around a neck. It kind of ends up like kind of bandolier style. So you might have to be careful, like the angle you pull out to make sure it doesn't just slide off.
Got it. Okay.
Oh. I think Holly just disappeared.
We did. That looked to me, that didn't look like an internet failing. That looked like I kicked a power cable / internet cable. So I'm sure
no.
Holly will be back very shortly.
I'm blaming her cat.
I'm definitely blaming her
Oh,
cat.
for sure.
I hope it's just a let's just hope it's a swapping cable rather than replacing cable.
Yeah.
There we go.
So, hi. Yeah, no, don't worry. My cat just stepped on my power button.
I was right.
So, I got to tying it around bandolier style.
Yes.
Right. Perfect. So I guess we'll try to give it a pull. I'm not guaranteeing anything. This is gonna be a thing.
Okay.
18.
18. Okay. With a mighty pull and tug, you're able to get Puck out to about the waist, and Puck, you can kind of like
Scrap them.
gross, you know those in like the final scenes of Toy Story where the toy soldiers are like coming up out of the mud.
Yes.
That's basically you right now.
Yes.
Wonderful.
In a field of death, as you look around, you see a bunch of corpses lying on tables. And Tay, you're able to help Puck as they struggle out.
Fantastic. I am so glad that you're okay. It's very nice.
Oh,
considering the circumstances. Are you okay? Do you need some help? I can help.
Puck puts their finger up, looks around, notices there's still kegs. It's gonna go make sure one has something in it.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
At least one.
Just straight from the keg, spits it out, then just takes another like a solid minute. Just
Wow.
Thank you.
You are very, very welcome. Very welcome. I'm glad that I was here at the right time. That's fantastic.
Yeah, thank you. Is Cordasa still here?
Looks like we got a new
That's
No, but as you're, getting all of your mud kind of uncaked. Thank you for the raid, guys.
Welcome, Raiders.
Uncaked off of you, you see Cordasa hustling back with a rather large goat in tow. And she sees you standing out and kind of stops and says, I brought help if you needed it.
Thank you. No, that was awesome. Cordasa. What was your name? Not taking her eyes off Cordasa as she...
My name is Tay.
Perfect. Tay, come with us really quick. As Puck marches up to Corda. Thank you so much for bringing help. I very much appreciate it. We've got some talking to do.
Roll an insight check.
Nope.
Cordasa kind of like backs against the goat, and she kind of nods a little and says, well, I have to get this back to the stable, but she kind of looks at the goat, and while it is quite a robust goat, she seems like almost like apologetic on its behalf and says, there was supposed to be some horses there, but they're missing.
I'm sure we can both go with you to take the goat back. No problem.
Okay, there should be more morticians coming, probably. Girl, I swear, if you turn this computer back off again, no more treats for
cat.
So yeah, she'll take you back to reality. No, back to the place where she works, apparently. And it's sort of like these stables, and she like kind of goes to the back. There's a building out front that looks like sort of a cart rental agency, and she Tay, you would know that this is where travelers tend to get their wagons for when they're going to a nearby town. You just sort of rent a wagon and a driver, and they'll take you where you need to go. And you've been working in the city for a while. You know that Cordasa also works here as a driver.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. As Puck is looking at Cordasa and remembering the conversation, is going to cast suggestion.
Okay.
Look her in the eyes. We're just going to relax and talk and tell each other the truth.
Yeah. Gotta make my whiz save.
Oh boy.
What's your spell save DC?
14. Wait, is that good or bad? I forget.
I met the save, so I saved. She kind of like nods to you, and she says, well, lying is bad for business. It's just more things you have to keep track of, isn't it?
Puck at this point.
It's a good point.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Tay.
It's a good point. Yeah.
Did you need to go somewhere? I can take you.
Puck is out of patience. Why were you talking to a fucking Warforged about you? I need an explanation for that conversation right now.
She looks at you very, like, startled and says, I just came because I heard the commotion, and then I saw you, so I went to get my goats.
Oh, crap. I need to go get my real die. I will after this scene is over. I don't know if she's telling the truth or not. I have no idea.
Tay, you may also roll insight if you think that Cordassa is being a shifty gal.
I don't think I saw the conversation happen, so I don't know that she would have any reason to disbelieve.
You do see a very impatient woman demanding to know things about... You are a woman right now, right, Puck?
Yes.
Demanding to know things about a Warforged ? From this girl that you know works as a cart jockey.
That's fair.
Also, this girl after being rescued from dying, instead of thanking you and being grateful, like went to a keg and had a solid swallow for like a minute before. Oh yeah, thank you. Where's the girl I need to interrogate? So,
all right. Nope. That's a 12.
You can tell that there's some weird dynamic going on here, but you're not entirely sure what it is. Puck definitely seems bent out of shape about something, and Warforged is definitely not something that you hear about, like, ever. It's just sort of not a race that you really like. There are stories about Warforged, like, oh yeah, the metal men, but they actually have a soul, unlike, like metal giant or metal golems. But that's about as far as you've really heard from it.
Okay. She's just gonna kind of take me like 2 or 3 steps back and just put her hands in the pockets of her coat. Just kind of stand there awkwardly.
I mean, if you need a ride, I can, like I said, I can give you a ride, but that's she kind of like she looks very confused as she's like kind of like, I don't know, maybe you have a head injury, like you can lay down. I'm sure Tay can tend to you.
I can help with that. I can help.
Thank you. Just 1 second. So the woman who just talked to you, the woman Warforged, who said that Sintagon, the wizard, should be dead but isn't, and that's a problem. That's not ringing any bells.
She kind of like giggles and says, Sintagon? What a name. Who would name their child Sintagon? It's
At
like
this, Puck is gonna throw their hands up and walk away.
Oh boy.
She kind of looks at Tay and she says, you're good with crises. Maybe you should talk to her.
I'm good with dead people. There's a difference.
She was kind of dead. She was buried, wasn't she?
I don't think that's quite the same thing.
Sintagon's a good name. What is going on? Muttering under their breath, just absolutely infuriated.
It's like a sinning hexagon. That's just weird.
It was right there. They were just talking. A couple of minutes ago. Either the best
were
life.
Were they
Sorry,
though? Were they though? I didn't see anything, but I mean, I just...
You weren't there yet.
Right, I wasn't there.
I look back to Cordas. Either you are a really good liar, or something happened to your memory.
She kind of like hands to her head, and I don't feel any different.
So you
I mean,
don't know who Sintagon is.
no.
You don't recognize, and remembering that Sintagon's staff is still in her possession, that Cordassa gifted to Sintagon. You don't recognize
Looks like we
this?
got a new friend.
She
Nothing?
reaches out for it,
Nah.
and no, it looks like a stick.
No staff? Wizard staff? No?
I'm not a wizard. I can cast some spells, but don't study.
If I find out that you are lying to me, I will come back. I will get the whole truth, and you will be very, very sorry. And at this, you see Puck at this point looks like a very tiny, crazy kind of almost intellectual, just like, what's going on? You see their eyes go all white, and a flash of the changeling's true face, which is so beautiful but terrifying, just so alien that it's absolutely unsettling. But when Cardassa tries to think back on it, can't remember specifics about what the face looked like, just remembers that it was really, really scary. It affected them.
As you do this, you see her face get momentarily like terrified and then intrigued. And as you turn to walk away, she says, "What a beautifully haunting visage."
As it walks away.
All right, we're gonna hop back over to Sintagon and Araki. So you walk into this dusty stool, and there
Face
is
first, right into the dusty stool.
face first, right into the dusty stool. There are a lot of like people that are just sort of hanging around, and they're drinking just like normally. They're not really talking. They're sort of like looking at each other as they drink and they eat, but they're not really saying anything. There's a bartender behind the bar. It is a human man.
Would you like me to order, or would you prefer to order?
Nah, I got it. What do you want? Water? You good? You good with the water? You wanna go up? You want some ale?
Ale,
wine?
Ale, yes, ale. I'm wizard. Wizards drink ale.
All right, wizards drink ale. Got it. Can you go? My seat's back there in the back. They know. Just go get my seat, and I'll get us something.
I mean, you have a seat.
Yeah, I got a seat. Go chill. It's cool. I'll get us drinks. And I go to the bartender, whom I know, and their name is
Charlie.
Charlie. Hey, what's up, man? Can you get me my Yuge, which is the darkest wine of all time, and get me a water, just a water, not on the rocks or anything, just water. If that's cool.
Charlie suspiciously quiet nods, and he goes to start making the drinks. And go ahead and roll me a perception.
Okay, he's making the drinks.
These donations, thank you guys.
Thank you so much. 5,000 biddies. 1,000 biddies make £10. If you want to do any of the donations around the screen, please let us know.
That's a 24.
Okay. So as Charlie is making these drinks, you notice that he doesn't seem to actually be touching anything, but everything is moving like he's touching it. The bottle like tips into the glass. and the handle pulls down, and he's moving like he's touching things, but it's like everything is sort of like he doesn't quite get to like grabbing it before it starts to move seemingly of its own accord. And he sets the drinks in front of you, and he holds out a hand for money, presumably, and then just sort of like drops it and just like pats the bar. And it looks like he's going to do it hard, but he stops before he gets to the bar top, and it makes no sound. And he just sort of smiles and like gives you a little salute and goes back to presumably cleaning glasses. He just sort of like,
Thanks, Charlie. That was Kuma. Did you see that? She just looks up and she's just kind of, what? Okay. And I take the drinks and I take them over to the table that obviously isn't my table. Sintagon didn't choose the right table, but I sit at it all the same. And I set the drinks down and I'm like, don't drink these. Don't drink them.
Don't. But it smells like ale.
I put my hand over the glass before like he even picks it up or anything, and I'm like, there's something real weird going on here. My boy Charlie over there at the bar, don't look. Don't look. Oh my god.
I didn't look. I'm not looking.
Okay.
I think I have a mirror somewhere. Maybe we could look in the mirror.
Okay, he's usually super cool. But he really didn't. I mean, it looked like he wasn't even touching anything. Like the motions were made, and I'm trying to be like super quiet. The motions were made, but then it didn't happen. Like, I mean, like he wasn't touching it, You look pretty. I mean, can I tell like what his deal is by what he's like wearing?
It's Sintagon. Oh.
Like, can I tell you're like a magic user?
Yeah, I'm definitely wearing a bright purple robe, which sets off my violet skin.
I knew it.
And it has ink stains all over it.
Okay, absolutely. Yeah. I could tell you're into books. Can you like sense if something's going down in here?
Oh, yeah, I totally can. I can use detect magic, and if I detect magic, I can blow the whole place up.
Don't blow the whole place up. How about? Okay.
Yeah, no, that wouldn't be the best tactic. Sorry, I was just, yeah, hi. Tactics, yeah.
And at this moment, Kuma is very comfortable because she doesn't know what's going on. And so she's going to climb into the chair Sintagon is sitting in. And she's a big girl. And she just climbs into your lap and she just sits. That's what she does.
Oh, hello.
Yeah, she does that. Could you pet her or something? She really likes you. But could you also do the thing where we figure out what the hell is going on in this particular...
I need my hands and my spell book. Hang on, let me just reach into my... Stay...
Kuma, come here. Go over here. Go over here. And then she like climbs down and then she comes and she climbs into Araki's lap and does the exact same thing. And Araki just like scratches her ears. She's like, do the thing.
Okay, yep. Oh, would you look at that? I actually didn't need my spellbook or no, I do need my hands. I'll detect magic.
So, as you do that voodoo you do, you sense transmutation magic on kind of everything that's in your immediate vicinity. You're also getting splashes of illusionary magic.
Oh boy.
I don't like when you say "oh boy" and grab your face like that. I don't like that at all.
Araki does not reek of either magic. I'm assuming, unless you are transmuted.
Araki, come closer.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
But you also sense some amount of magic coming off of Araki as you have magic items. But it's not anything nearly as strong as the table, the drinks, the chairs, not the dog, the wall, the floor.
Araki, this is awful.
I'm gonna need you to tell me exactly. I mean, do we need to get up and leave?
Oh, you might want to reconsider the "don't blow it up" statement.
Okay, well, can we leave first and then blow it up? Because I'm totally, I don't really give a shit. Can we leave and then blow it up?
Yeah, we can totally
whisper.
do that. But
Listen. The table's magic. The drinks are magic. The bar's magic. The people are magic. Everything's magic. It's all either been transformed from one thing to the other, or it's an incomplete illusion.
Okay. There's a lot going on right now. I need for us to get up. Kuma, up, Kuma. Kuma, get down. And then Kuma eventually gets down, and she looks like, oh, fine. And I'm like, let's make a beeline for the door. And
are we allowed to take drinks outside?
No, we're not drinking those, remember? We're leaving them here. Oh my god, do you not listen? And I push him.
But it's ale!
and I like push him. I push him out. And like Kuma's following along with him. She's like, oh, this is fun. And we are headed for the door.
Okay. No one stops you as you go to the door.
And is there anybody else I know in this bar?
There are a couple familiar faces, but not people you've really interacted with much. Most of the people here, like, you've just sort of seen in passing. They're just sort of residents here.
Okay, I'm gonna turn to Charlie and I'm gonna be like, all right, bye, Charlie. See you later. All right, yeah, that's definitely weird. He would have told me to fuck off. So.
Illusion magic, transmutation all over the place. There's reeking of it. This spell lasts 10 minutes. I can't stop sensing this.
Okay. Chill out. Let's go. And we head outside.
Okay. As you get outside, you notice there are a couple more people that are outside, and Sintagon, with your magic radar still beeping. These people do not seem to be. They seem like people. Like they don't. Some have like magic-y bits about them, but it's not like their whole body is illuminated. It's just bits and pieces.
The stool. It was all the stool.
Yeah, there was something that definitely smelled funny about that place. But that's a real person. That's a real person. That's a real person. That's a real person. They're a bit funny, but I think they're a person.
All right.
Both of you make me a perception check as you're looking at all of the real persons.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a nat one. Should I use one of my rerolls?
You can do if you want to, totally.
Okay, I'm gonna reroll that. Okay, that's good. That's a dirty 20.
Okay. So as Sintagon is pointing these people out, Sintagon, as you point to one person, you realize that you're pointing at the guy who is behind the bar. And Araki, with each person, like every other person that Sintagon is pointing out, you're like, wait, that person was just in the... That person was just in... Not that, but that person was...
I look down at Kuma and I'm like, Kuma, you have to tell me if I'm drunk right now. Am I drunk right now? And she looks at me and she like tilts her head. She's like,
Sintagon is just like holding onto Araki's sleeve.
All right. Sin. Can I call you Sin? Because Sintagon is long and I'm not about that. So I'm going to call you Sin. If that's cool.
I don't mind. Yeah, I've never had a nickname before.
Well, now you have one, my friend. So when you look at these people, do they look like glowy with the magic, or
No, they're all just like regular Joes. Except they're all the bartender.
except the Joes? Yeah, they were from the bar where everybody knows your name. Like they all look like those people. Got it. Cool. This is weird. This has never happened to me before. Kuma, has this ever happened to you? And Kuma's like, and go on.
Well, you speak to Kuma a lot, like they can speak.
Yeah, she can talk to me. Don't worry about it. She's cool like that. So you tell me why? I mean, let's move. Let's move and then we'll talk. Cause I mean, I don't know what's happening right now. I meet you and you got this whole purple robe thing going on, and I don't know what's happening anymore. And this place that I've been in for like a while is now all weird. So let's find somewhere. Is there somewhere within the area that I can see that looks to be kind of like a hidey place, like a hidey hole?
There's like a nice little like tree that's kind of out of the way that'll provide shade, and it looks like not a lot of people are like around it.
Okay, I drag him.
Okay. Do you want me to blow up the bar or not? I mean, we can.
Not yet. Let's go. Follow me. Maybe later. Fire boy.
Did I ruin your bar?
No, it was already ruined. I mean, dusty stool. I mean, they're asking for it, really. I mean, who came up with that? Anyways, so you tell me why you're here, and maybe I can connect a couple of dots, and then maybe we can blow up a bar. Okay.
Oh, well, it all started.
All right, flashing over to Puck.
Beautiful.
So Cordessa kind of like watching you storm off like that goes into the cart rental place and leaves the two of you outside of it.
Hi.
Yeah. Puck just stands for a moment, then kind of turns back around. I am so sorry. You're the one who pulled me out of the mud. Do you want to sit down or something?
We could do that if that would be good for you. Absolutely.
I'm Puck. Sorry about the drama.
People, right? It's whatever. It's fine.
Yeah. So everything's fine. Totally fine. Yeah.
Totally fine. Yeah. I'm Tay. It's nice to meet you. Ooh.
Hey, it is lovely to meet you. Thank you again for saving my life. You are...
It's no problem. Honestly, it's better than what I usually end up doing, so it's fine.
What do you usually end up doing?
I'm a mortician, so it's nice to actually save someone for once.
Well, it's not like you're, as a mortician, it's not like you're killing the person or letting them die. You're just preserving a shell, making it pretty sometimes.
Sometimes, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And now Puck is looking around at the ridiculous amount of bodies around.
You have gotten Cordassa took you to the cart place.
Oh,
so
well, never mind.
Yeah, you see some goats and some other like pulling animals. The city seems to be kind of abuzz for the fact that it's like fucking 3 a.m.
Yeah.
And you can, as you're looking around, you can sort of hear some people like talking in hushed voices. You can't really make out what they're saying unless you give me a roll.
What roll would this be?
I mean, breadstick would work. Croissant, no. Perception would be what I'm looking for.
Yeah, that was not. It's gonna be a. Sorry, it landed an 11 first. I actually have die, you guys. Yeah, 10.
10? Okay. So every so often you can make out like a word every now and then. And it seems to be about the dead bodies and the kegger and the police officers and the prison break. Just, just the normal things.
Great. I look over at Tay. How does Tay look? Can you describe Tay physically?
Yeah, she's just she's kind of she's pretty short for a half elf, so but she's got long black hair, she's pale skin. She's wearing a long jacket with pockets over some just basic leather armor. Nothing super exciting, but yeah. And she's got a shield strapped to her back. It's like she looks like she's going somewhere.
Looking around, making sure nobody's watching. Is anybody watching?
Make me a perception. You're looking at things.
I got a 3.
Oh, honey.
Even with a 3, you can tell nothing. No. You don't see anyone watching you aside from Tay, who looks at you like you're paranoid, as you are like.
Mm-hmm. All of a sudden, you start to see Puck get taller. You see their hair start to grow straight and black. And you start seeing ears pointed a little bit, but not noticeable.
Is this a thing that you do? Is this a normal thing? Am I hallucinating right now?
I'm really good at disguises, magic stuff, magic stuff.
Oh,
no,
okay. Oh,
I
right.
promise you're not. This is just to blend in a little bit more.
Oh, okay. I was worried for a second, but okay, this makes sense. This is fine. Mm-hmm.
This is normal for me. It's
Okay.
all magic.
Okay.
There's no hallucinations going on. Everything's fine. As Puck looks at you with an almost crazy glint in their eye.
Great.
So,
Great. You're fantastic.
So now
Your pockets again.
now there's another half elf that looks similar to you, but not exactly. Like they could be cousins or something.
Okay.
But definitely does not look like Puck.
I imagine that comes in very handy.
As someone who's probably been very prejudiced against in the city, Tay, yes, not being able to be elvish every now and then would be very, very, very handy.
Yes.
It's yeah, and at this you see Puck for the first time get really kind of awkward, and yeah, it's really handy. It's just, but what are you doing in town?
Welcome, Raiders. Welcome, Raiders.
Welcome, Raiders! I missed it. Hi! Welcome, Party RPG. Wonderful to see you, friends. Welcome. Yeah, settle down.
Just doing my job. I do research, but since the thing happened, I've been busy. So
Craziness.
yeah.
You know what? Are you hungry? Do you want to eat?
Sure.
I owe you a meal. Let's go. We'll sit down. We'll relax. I'm buying you food or a drink or whatever.
As you're talking, the door comes back open and Cordessa kind of stumbles out and looks at Tay and says, "Where's that other person? I may have found their friend."
Tay points.
No, I mean the one from before. With the
Tay points. Like, no, really though.
She kind of looks at you like you've kind of lost your mind and said,
I think the other person, I saw them walk the other way. I know Puck though. They were looking for somebody, right?
Yes, my mistake. And I point, like, I gesture further, and I'm like, they went that way. I'm so sorry. That I can understand that would be confusing. My apologies. They went that way.
Oh, well, the Sintagon person they were looking for, the reason we don't have any horses, it looks like they left with them in a carriage not that long ago.
Ooh.
So, maybe I should find them.
I feel like my friend Puck really wanted to find them, and do you know what way they were going? I'm pretty good at tracking people.
Well,
Steal horses and carriages after big events happen.
she kind of looks a little uncomfortable and says, they just seem to leave for the next city. If you're walking, it's going to take several days. I could probably get you there faster if you want to rent a cart.
Do you have any horses available?
She kind of gives a little sly smile and says, I could make some horses available.
Please,
Oh, I don't know if I like the way that sounds. It sounds.
Oh, no,
just
just
said it. That's all.
Just a little changing one thing into something else.
Interesting.
Like I said, I dabble in magic. I'm no wizard, but I do know a little. And she kind of holds up a finger and she goes back and she kind of like helping along this robust goat that she's strapped a carriage to. She comes up and she casts a spell on it, and it grows into this like really, really large horse that just looks absolutely beautiful. And she kind of gives a little smile and says, I'm sure that I could catch up to them very quickly if you'd like to hop on board.
Perfect. Tay! Okay, cool. Tay's coming with us. I will get you that food eventually. And what's the goat's name?
Oh, I just called him Goaty. I'm not very good with names.
We'll think about it. I don't know the personality, but eventually we're going to name you because who's a good goat? You're a good goat.
The horse goes to whinny, but it's like, and she kind of like grimace grins and says, I'm still sort of perfecting that spell.
It's fine. It's perfect. Who's a good goat? Gets on the horse.
As you get on, Tay, are you riding on the carriage or are you gonna get
I'll get in the cart?
So there it's a cart attached. Okay.
Yeah. As you do so, she very weirdly kind of straps another harness on herself, and she shakes her head, and as she does, she also turns into a horse, and she kind of nudges the goat and tosses her head, and the two start galloping on.
I turn back to Tay as I'm riding this horse goat because apparently Puck thought this was a good idea. This is really cool.
Make me an animal handling check to make sure that this doesn't go tragically wrong here.
14.
14? Yeah, no, it's fine. You can go ahead and do this just fine. It's definitely less comfortable than it might be riding in a cart, but like you're making okay time with it.
I'm a little wobbly. I've never ridden a goat who's a horse before.
Yeah, goat back. Goat back mountain. Please shoot me now. I mean, you have mounted the goat back. It is goat back mountain. Sorry, I briefly went to my scary music.
I was so shook.
Don't worry, it's coming. So you go along, and you travel through the night. As Tay, you're in the carriage, you see that there's some provisions in there, and you don't stop as you keep going, and you go through the next morning, and it's getting to be like mid to late-ish afternoon when all of the sudden, make me a dex save.
Oh dear.
Everybody or just Tay?
Puck and Tay.
Oh, banana boats. Okay. Oh, hey, 20. Nice.
I was about to say I got 19. I got 20 something.
Looks like we got a new friend.
Yeah, 21.
Welcome, Raiders. Jazz Elves are in the chat now. Oh, hi, everyone. Welcome.
Okay. Hello, welcome. I just rolled a nat 1. This is going to be fun.
Oh.
So as this happens, Puck and Tay, you are fine. You are able to keep your relative seating as you see the distance in front of you actually has a giant crater in the way. And the town that should be right here, you do not actually see on the horizon. And too late, Cordassa tries to stop. Cordassa the horse tries to stop and does not, and manages to slip the harness and falls down this very close to sheer, sort of several feet long drop, as Goaty manages to keep the cart still steady, and you two like manage to sort of hold on as it skids to be parallel with the edge, and you see Cordassa, as the horse falling kind of changes back into this tiefling, and you hear something not good as she hits the bottom.
Oh no. I'm gonna hop out of the cart and like slide down. I'm probably gonna have to roll a check for that. Yeah, slide down the hill to get to her as quickly as possible so I can help her if she's hurt.
There's spooky music. Yeah, roll me either an acrobatics if you're like climbing down, or sorry, if you're like trying to keep your footing and slide down, and athletics if you're climbing down.
Okay, let's go with acrobatics. 14.
Okay. So you're able to mostly make it down pretty well. You are going to take some skidding damage.
Okay.
You're gonna take 3 points of damage as you kind of like skid a little bit. And Puck, as you see this horse tiefling thing falling down, the horse that you're on shrinks drastically, and you are now like, your feet are able to touch the ground on either side of this very stocky goat who kind of
just
like
straddling this goat.
pretty much. And he looks very nonplussed as he kind of like looks around for a minute and then just starts like grazing where he is, just
Gonna very delicately take my foot, put it back, and then hurry to see what's going on below. How hurt are they? But
you see Tay tending to this tiefling who seems to be bent in a strange manner. Tay, make me a medicine check. That's one I don't think I've called for yet.
Oh, good. It's a 9.
That does not look correct.
I will use this opportunity to thank the podcast for donating a reroll to everyone, also a complication, and they will be creating an NPC to take part in the story next week.
Yeah. So message me with what you want for the NPC. And I'm not saying that we've already got our complication, but
This is kind of complicated.
Yeah.
I'm actually gonna go ahead and use one of those re-rolls to roll that because that was not good. Not good. That's better. 19.
19. You can see that this fall has severely junked up her neck as she's laying there. She does appear to still be alive. She is not moving. And as you're checking over her body, you feel sort of like a metal choker under your fingers as you're inspecting her neck that almost seems to have stabilized it, but you can tell even around it, like, there's something that isn't.
Something's not right. Okay.
Araki, Sintagon, as you're huddling under this tree to talk about the stuff that has gone wrong in life, you see a horse throw itself over the side of this chasm, turn it into a girl partway down, and then a goat and a person appear on the edge as another person slides down.
Important question, very important question. How far away?
Probably like 40-ish feet. Like, they're not super close. You can sort of make out what's going on, but if you like, you could yell and they could hear you, or vice versa.
Or
you can probably not be detected.
I mean, we could also do that, but like, I'd like to make a perception check because honestly, I'd like to. I want to do a thing, but I don't think it's. No, they're falling to their death. I have Featherfall, but I just wouldn't notice them. I wouldn't hear them probably until I hear the.
Oh boy.
Well, so Kuma immediately would have like galloped with her giant paws over to them to see what was going on, and Araki would have like looked at Sin and like looked at Kuma and been like, "Sorry, dude, I'm headed this way."
But the blacksmith has to. Okay.
Bolted after Kuma.
Like Sintagon would take a long moment of like looking around and being like, "Wait for me!"
Yeah. Catch up. God, you're slow.
It's hard running in heels.
That's true. They're cute.
So Puck, roll me a perception.
God, this music is so menacing. Whoa.
You see Sintagon and someone you don't recognize and a puppy coming towards your new friend Tay and the Cordassa. And Tay, can you roll me either perception or insight?
I can.
Lots of rolls all clustered together.
Oh, that's a nat one. Oh no.
Okay.
Oh, I mean, I guess in this particular instance, it's not terrible.
No, you just don't see a thing.
You're very focused on the possibly majorly injured.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. So Sintagon and Araki, as you come up and you see Tay, you see this dog come up and start like snuffling around Cordassa. You see what I have described. Sintagon, you recognize this person as the tiefling you were talking to at the party.
Oh.
But you also seem to remember that the person who took you here also claimed Kay also had introduced herself at the very end as Cordassa. So either this is a super common name, and she's also dressed completely differently from who you recall taking you here.
While you realize this, you see this half-elf glaring at you. Sintagon, where the fuck have you been?
Oh, that's you, isn't it, Puck?
Do you know how there was a situation. I almost died. Looking down to see how, like, if it's an emergency and I need to help, or if I can keep bitching.
Well, I mean, and there are 4 people.
And Araki goes down and she starts like checking out this woman that's being licked to hell and high water by this dog, and like checking her out, and she's gonna see if it's worth using magic on.
You can roll me a medicine.
Okay.
Oh no, Puck! Look, someone in danger. We better help them. And Sintagon just starts running after Araki.
Don't you think we're done with this?
That's a 7.
This person looks rough.
Okay, so I know that. Okay, so I'll cast Cure Wounds at like first level, whatever.
Okay. Tay, as you're sort of also handling this person, you can feel you feel kind of some crunches and readjustments as some things appear to be shifting in place. How much am I healing for?
8.
8.
That is a new experience. Okay. All right. Make some notes on that one.
And Sintagon and Araki, as you come up, you can also see what looks to be this broken piece of metal that is around this woman's neck that is horribly crooked.
Oh,
I'll go down with them.
A
Make
metal?
me athletics or acrobatics. Yes, it's like a metal choker.
Oh, okay, but it's not like her neck is made of metal.
Yeah, no, it's like it's some sort of like adornment.
Cool, choker, goth thing. Got it.
I've never been good at the athletics, but Puck, as this half elf, leaps like a gazelle and
Pretty
just kind of
nimble.
like pooh, pooh, and lands very on the ground.
As all of you are making this like grand effort to get down the edge, you kind of like look back behind you, and Goaty is just very easily sort of picking his way down, nonchalantly pausing every now and then, like to bat at something, like a goat cat.
So Bodhi is fine, is what you're telling me.
Oh yeah, Goaty was made for this.
Okay, good. Thank God.
He's a good goat.
Would my detect magic still be popping? How long's it been? I've been recounting some of the tale, but I don't know how much.
So 10 minutes. You would
like
probably have to cast it again because you cast it in the bar, freaked out, left.
And then I
Sat,
started
went through the
recounting
tree.
story. Yeah, it's the story bit that I wasn't sure how far through the story we'd got. So.
Yeah, you probably at least got to the part where you were like, and then these like scorpions started coming out of the ground.
The entirety of the story.
Yep.
You know about Tiff, the worst person who ever lived. She was so ugly, is what Sintagon said, and just not a good person.
And Araki would have agreed. We don't like, Tiffany's. Come on.
Tiffany's a bitch.
We don't like
As
Tiffany's.
this half elf kind of puts her hand on the broken and notices the band and is gonna cast detect magic.
Is anyone else getting the chills? Like something creepy's about to happen?
Yeah, like the music got really menacing in my head. Don't like.
What kind of magic is this?
Okay. So, as you cast this detect magic on this this item, you change the menacing music, you guys. Now it's just spooky music.
Okay.
You detect a lot. There is some transmutation coming off of it. There's also some. Let me remember what exactly. I believe it's enchantment, but let me look up the school.
Enchantment.
Hi, baby. Enchantment. And I just need like cards. Somebody for my birthday buy me cards with what spells fall under each There is a shitload of enchantment, a ton of enchantment. This thing is soaking with enchantment and a little spicy bit of transmutation.
Okay. I'm looking just to make sure, but I believe with my 2 classes of Artificer, I can identify. I'm just making sure that that's a thing. That's right, though. If you guys need to do stuff, do the things.
Look, you have fans, baby. That's all I needed to do. Okay.
Oh, no, nobody else has.
No, we just have to wait patiently for you.
I'm so sorry, you guys.
I'm just kidding.
I also have identify. I could just pop it in the spell thing if you wanted to see what it does.
Oh, no, I know what identify does. I just don't know if my character has it as a thing to do. With my 2 levels. Yes.
Sintagon probably waves sheepishly at Tay. Hi! Nice to meet you.
Hello. Hi. She puts her hands in her pockets.
Yeah, I'm not seeing it. Never mind.
Okay.
Hold that for nothing.
So, I'm a wizard.
I'm a mortician.
Oh!
Is it-
Cool! Like, so I know some people who hang out with morticians.
Really?
Popular school of magic before they banned it.
I'm trying to get, as they're having this awkward conversation, I'm searching this band, trying to get it off. Or find a way to get it off.
As you are being, I assume you're being pretty thorough with this.
Yes, and also probably not touching the band directly.
Okay.
Because we learned that lesson a couple of episodes ago. That
Yeah, we did. Okay. Girl, I swear, I'm just trying to draw. Get off my stuff.
Kitty cat!
Okay. So you see something. I drew this real small and then I failed to realize that guys, my drawing skills are just terrible. You see a rune on this this necklace. It looks like this.
Okay.
It is on the back. It is on the back of the necklace. As Tay is sort of helping you like adjust without hurting any more than has already. All right,
Okay.
you can eat my pen. You're cute enough.
Looking at this, knowing that there's nothing else they can do, Puck is going to rune, and kind of pace around, trying to figure out where the rune's coming from. As, by the way, that it doesn't seem like the necklace thing is good. Lots of magic. Good luck trying to keep her alive. Rune.
Oh. Okay. Good.
You,
Great.
you say there's something special about the necklace?
Don't touch it with your bare hands, Sintagon. Yeah.
What about my human hands?
I mean, I have the identify spell. Wow, that would have been really useful back in the prison place.
Yeah, it really would have.
Yeah, I didn't remember
Sintagon.
back then, but I have the identify spell. You want me to have a look at it?
That would be, yes, please have a look at it, Sintagon.
Okay, hang on a minute, I'm just get my spell book.
Okay.
One object that you must touch throughout the casting of the spell. Oh no, you said I can't touch it.
I would
you
rather
gonna-
you not touch it.
Are you gonna YOLO touch it anyway, or are you gonna not touch
Like,
this thing?
Look at Puck defiantly for a second, then be like, "Ah!" and I touch it.
Okay.
Please have something happen. Please have something.
Okay.
Oh goodness.
So, as you touch this thing, this choker necklace, make me an intelligence saving throw.
Oh, boy.
Oh.
Hey!
What
I'm pretty smart.
Ooh.
did Puck
You are-
say?
Oh,
So
wow.
you can feel as you're touching it, a lot of magic is like trying to pull at you, but you manage to just sort of like power through it, and you're able to take your hand off like the moment that you're done casting and channeling it. So this its properties, it is modifying memories. It is writing, not only erasing, but writing new memories. It is transmuting this person to look different. And it is controlling them to a degree. Not complete loss of will, but there's some component of control there.
Oh,
And how to use it, put it on.
Step 1.
boy. Okay.
Pretty much how to use it. And then it does not require attunement to use, and it does not have charges.
This isn't really a nice thing. Araki, it kind of explains a lot.
Yeah, Kuma's gonna come up to Sintagon and she's gonna paw at his hand, the one that like touched the necklace, and she's gonna like nuzzle her head up to it.
Did it do something weird? Why is the I turned? By the way, fantastic. I'm guessing that you and the puppy are.
Yeah,
No,
it's
we don't.
Kuma. Do you not know Kuma? Like, do you not know of her? She's like super famous.
Oh no, I've never heard. It's very nice to meet you. As Puck kind of nods.
Kuma.
And
Kuma paw. Kuma.
Kuma paw.
Kuma paw. And Kuma tries to like paw at your hand for you to shake.
Oh, very nice to meet you. And Puck is very dead serious. Very nice to meet you as well. I'm Puck. Sintagon, what have I told you about touching things with bare hands?
It's okay, it's really magical, but I can like totally do this. It's trying to wipe and replace memories. It's influencing decisions and making people look like they aren't.
Make me a perception roll, Sintagon.
Oh no.
Turn and I point at Tay.
Oh no.
See? Modified memories. It was real the whole time.
I'm
So
just
do y'all
kidding,
know?
you're fine.
Do y'all know her and this goat? Y'all know her and this goat?
Oh, this is Tay. They're a mortician.
Oh, Tay, right. Sorry. I was like really preoccupied with this lady's like neck like being at a 90-degree angle. I mean, that's fucked, right?
Oh, yeah, I don't know anything about her. Is she gonna live? I know all about the item, but people.
I think she's
that's-
fine. Kuma can sense these things. She's gonna be fine. You know, she's gonna be all right. She's gonna pull through. The goat is super cool though.
Ugh, we need to figure out. Goaty, like, could be a name. I don't know. You don't seem like a goatee to me. I still have to get to know Goat to know.
Should we maybe
All right.
focus on the necklace and the neck thing? Just
Okay, all right. Cool.
maybe.
Whatever. Your name is Tay.
Yes.
Hi, Tay. I'm Araki. This is Kuma. Kuma
Wonderful
also
to meet you
puts
both.
out her paw.
It's very nice to meet you.
She's a good girl. Okay.
I'll tell you, you're really focused. I get so easily distracted.
You got this cool, like, dead goth girl chick thing going on. It's really cool. I like that. Yeah, anyways. Her neck is at a 90-degree angle. Her throat is covered in a weird thing that makes her face fucked and her mind all weird.
So
Sintagon, tell me what's up.
my question now is, does her face actually look different since the necklace is broken?
As you're looking at this, you know what? That's a good question. So I'm not even going to make you roll an insight. Although the necklace seems to be broken, it does seem to still be encircling. The face seems the same.
Okay. Interesting.
You want me to break it off?
I mean, you've already touched it. I can't see anything bad happening if you touch it again.
Oh, no, I won't touch it. I'll cast knock.
Oh. Lovely.
Magic people.
I
Can you
like
put
that.
that text up so I know whether or not I need to make take some damage?
He Thanos snapped that necklace off.
Okay, so as you knock 300 feet away, people hear. You cast a
They hear
spell.
my click. It's like boom.
And the thing on her throat seems to kind of bend out as it breaks from behind, and her neck kind of goes back just ever so slightly a little bit, and it has come unclasped. As it does, everybody make me a perception check.
Oh boy.
Me again, or have I made too many perception checks in a short enough?
No, everyone.
14.
One day I'll roll high, but not
And-
today.
14 as well.
14, 13, and
10.
10.
One character that I make that's not good at perceptions. I feel like we're using it the most.
It is fine because above 10 you can see the two of you that have seen Cordassa before. As she seems to age before you, realize that when you saw her before at the party, she seemed to be a couple years older than Sintagon, and the one that you've been looking at seemed to be a couple years younger. And she ages maybe not like a decade, but you can tell she is aging a bit in front of you as this comes off. She seems to thin out a little bit as well, and not to look sickly, but like someone who maybe isn't eating the best they could be, as she continues to lie here.
Well, you see, this is exactly why I don't take transmutation magic. It's not good for the skin, all that pinching and stretching and then retracting. It's just not good for you.
Do you know her? Sin, my man?
Do I know? Is this from the party? Definitely still.
This is definitely from the party.
No.
Insight check. Do I believe him?
I know from that tone. I slowly turn my head and
Yeah. If it's an opposed roll, I choose to fail because it's very obvious.
Okay, good. Yeah, all right, perfect. And then, I mean, who is she?
Oh, I don't know. But she knows me.
And then Kuma comes at your feet and she
Hmm.
starts to
Well, I'm sorry, Kuma. I really don't know.
Kuma knows that you do know. She's great at these things.
I think we might maybe be related in the past somehow.
How so?
I mean, okay, so look, I woke up around 7 episodes ago in a bar. I'd
Yep.
been drinking, and I don't know.
Did you wake up with her?
No,
Is that what you're telling me?
no, that honestly, that never happens to me.
Weird flex, but okay. But what? I mean, she's pretty. Okay. Anyways, your name is Puck, right?
yes, yeah.
Okay, Puck. Awesome. What are you doing here? I mean, what were you guys doing here? You know Sintagon. I can see that from the tone.
I was looking for him, and also thinking that was somebody else. Is this the person who from the party that you talked about? Who no?
Yeah.
I forget if Sintagon told Puck about that.
Puck saw Sintagon speaking to this person, and then Sintagon dashed away. And then I think at some point Sintagon told... No, because Sintagon was throwing a big old fit because Puck was flirting with Tiff. But Sintagon ran away, and then the girl had tried to... You saw her try to give him something, and he and that's when he ran, and she dropped it along with his staff when she disappeared. But she had yelled after him to not trust the water.
Okay. We need to wake her up. So Puck is gonna lean and then kind of try to rouse this person into consciousness, I guess.
Okay.
Kuma will help. Kuma will come up and look Puck in the eyes and start to nudge the face of this
Make
woman.
me a medicine check to not hurt her as you wake her up.
I can do that. I'm gonna use my reroll.
You
There
just
we go.
stab her neck. Yikes.
Start shaking from the shoulders.
So you kind of gently rouse her, and her eyelids kind of flutter, and she kind of looks around at everybody, and they kind of close, and then they bolt back open, and her hand kind of flies to her chest, and she takes a very deep inhale. And doesn't say anything as she seems very emotionally something all over her face.
I'm very glad you're not dead. I don't know who you are or what your name is. However, I've got some questions for you.
She kind of can you take this off? And she kind of motions to... She's still on the ground.
Yeah.
And it is this. It is not closed around her neck, but the thing is still very much in the way.
I feel like we'll take a stick or something, pick it up with this stick.
Yeah, it's
At
probably
least
a good idea. Probably a really good idea. You guys have luck with that. Thank you very much, Monster, for the critical coin flip that I've been gifted. And also, Sintagon would like to be trying to slip away as we are waking up this person who seems like they know him. Is
Sintagon.
Araki grabs his arm.
Hi. Yep. Hi.
Thank you.
No,
And,
sir.
She kind after you stick flip the thing away, she kind of feels herself a little bit and says, looks over at Tay almost with a surprise and says, is it okay if I sit up?
If you feel okay.
And she
I
kind of...
call.
Hurting? Because I can help with that.
It feels very wrong. I think something happened bad, didn't it?
Yeah, it did.
Kuma is going to kind of back away from her face as she gets up and starts to sit up, but she's gonna lay by her legs.
As she sits up and she looks at the dog for a minute and says, "A legend." And she does the little butt scratch right above the tail and
Kuma loves it.
She seems really dazed, and she looks around at everybody and says, questions, and her eyes kind of linger on Sintagon.
Oh boy.
And there's kind of a look and the briefest of like kind of smiles as make me an insight.
Sintagon?
Sintagon or anyone who's studying what she's doing.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Sintagon's probably doing anything but studying. Like, being held by Araki, his eyes are wandering to places he could potentially escape.
I feel like Araki and I have made eye contact as in we're not letting Sintagon walk away from this. We want answers.
Yeah. I need him to face this. I got an 18.
So with an 11, you can't really tell much other than looks interested. With a 15 or above, as she looks at Sintagon, she is like, it almost looks like she is trying to memorize everything about this young man, as she's just like looking at like what he's wearing, what he's holding, like how his hair is lying, everything. Which questions did you have? You asked my name. Cordassa is my name. And you, I remember, you're Tay. I knew you from a long time ago, I think. But you don't look like you've changed at all.
Maybe it wasn't that long ago.
She kind of like shakes her head and kind of winces as she twists her neck and.
Oh, don't. Tay kind of like reaches out and kind of like massages the sides and back of her neck just a little bit. Maybe just small movements for now. Yeah.
She nods a little.
Yeah.
Well, what questions do you have for me? I'll do the best I can.
Do you remember the conversation that you had with the woman before she forced the necklace on you?
I remember a woman. She didn't force one on me, and she kind of like reaches down and pulls out like it's almost like a rosary looking thing, and it has part of the same symbol on it. It is just this part of the symbol.
Interesting. Okay.
And she says, I remember the one who gave me this. It was a man, and he had the most striking smile.
Was this recently?
Sintagon and Puck, you remember 7 episodes ago or whatever it was, as you were thinking back to what had happened before you were at the bar, and you looked and you could almost see a man's smile in your mind's eye, and that was the only memory you could pull forth. And she says, I think it was... She like squints and says, something is wrong with remembering, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, how did we even get here? Because, like, when we woke up, we were just trying to figure out how to remember, and then by some cunning wordplay, we've ended up, like, touring the world.
Okay, do you remember that the woman that you talked to was a warforged?
She kind of takes intakes a breath and says, they can't live where I live. but they live... I've seen them before. I've met them a few times, always in darkness, I think. And she looks like she's trying really hard, but she is just struggling also really hard. What did she say?
She said that you loved somebody, but it wasn't fair that the one for love person, or trying to protect one person, would negate trying to protect the world, which was very, very overdramatic. Also said that a wizard, I'm not sure if they were talking about, I pointed at Sintagon or Kent, was supposed to be dead.
Sintagon is with you, Kent is not.
Yeah. I don't know if the Warforged was talking about Sintagon, or because Kent is a wizard, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Ken was saying that he was supposed to be dead. I vaguely remember that.
Huh.
Is he?
I don't know.
But
He was like, oh, I don't know what to do now. I didn't see the future past this point because I'm a big, clever wizard and I know lots of spells like levitate. Or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
She laughs a little and says, I don't think I've met this man.
Probably for the best.
But you know Sintagon.
I think so.
Oh, that's better than before.
What was before? Did I not remember you?
No, you remembered me too much.
She laughs a little and she says, how much would you like me to remember you?
It depends on who you are. I'm really nervous about remembering anything, to be honest.
Well, memories can be difficult. And she kind of uses Godi and Kuma to kind of get herself standing again. And she'll give both of them pats and little shoulder scratches. And what about you two? She looks at Tay and Araki. You seem less interested.
I came to help as best I could, so I'm glad that I was here.
I am too. I'm glad. And she looks at you for a minute and squints. And then she gets a look on her face. And she says, I'm glad that you came.
So am I. She puts her hands in her pockets. I'm very awkward all of a sudden.
As everyone is suddenly like,
ooh, oh boy.
Araki will call Kuma to her. Come here, Kuma. And she'll come and she'll sit and she'll wag her little tail and she's like, I just met Sintagon. I don't know how you guys know each other. I know he told me about the party a little bit. Scorpions? Lobsters? I don't know. But I do know that something weird is happening here.
Yes, it's in a giant hole.
What?
Your city. That's not normal. I don't remember that being normal.
I don't know what you're talking about though.
So it's always been in this giant hole.
I don't know what hole you're talking about.
Tay vaguely gestures around at this literal sinkhole that they're in, and she's like,
you're gesturing to all of it. I mean, it looks the same, except that all the people in here are now all the same too. Everything is...
Are you feeling a little down, maybe?
You're talking to me, buddy?
Oh, I was just wondering. It was kind of a pun. You're kind of intimidating too. Hi.
I don't know what hole we're talking about, though.
Well,
Um,
it's
Oh no.
So I have a theory, which I was working on last week. When this city was built, was it by chance built on a whole lot of big circular or log-shaped rocks?
I don't know. I'm not from here.
I think it was.
Kuma, do you know? Kuma sits there and she's like,
Y'all can roll some history checks for me.
I'll roll one too.
Or nature checks. I'll let you do nature. Let's get crazy. Let's do some
is,
nature.
This is
That's what I'm good at.
I feel like I'm going to get closer and closer to recycling the same joke 2 weeks in a row.
So close to an 18, y'all.
I need to throw out all of my dice, apparently.
But that's a,
Sing me the
that's a-
song of my people.
That's a big ol' 4.
Big old 4. Yeah, you're just.
I don't know. Since I've been here, there hasn't been a hole, and now y'all are saying there's a hole, and I don't know. Kuma,
I
I
rolled a
don't know.
9, but womp womp.
With a 9, this is a town. It seems like it is pretty built normal. Yeah, there's a hole, but like maybe they just built it that way. Maybe I don't know, it's a tactic. You don't remember it being in a hole, but like maybe this was the plan. It seems crazily intact for something that you remember being level that's now not level.
I mean, I was talking to a pirate last week, and I came up with the theory that maybe they built this city on rocks that roll.
I'm sorry
said
for all
you were-
of you who were here last week.
You were talking to a pirate about a city that rocked and rolled? Is that what you're telling me right now?
No, it was built on rocks that roll. Like
Okay,
above a
and then
hole, and they all roll down, and the city goes down too. And then there's the big crater.
She looks over to literally anybody but Sintagon and is like, can you tell me what is happening here? Can you tell me? Somebody please. God, tell me what's happening here.
Puck, did you have a passable history roll?
Oh, I didn't even make a history roll.
Oh yeah, you can too.
I feel like at this point, Puck is done with today. They found Sintagon. The lady's awake. We'll make a history roll just for the heck of it, but they're very kind of apathetic at this point.
That's not bad though.
Okay.
14.
So thinking back on history, this area you remember being a big mining area. It's in the mountains. They exported a lot of ore. From what you remember of studying history and such, it seems hypothetically possible that there could have been some sort of like mine collapse thing a while ago, based off of the fact that the city seems to be, it looks like literally someone just like whoop, lowered it, like there's no like rubble or crazy things. So like if that's what happens, like you're guessing it probably happened a long time ago. You don't recall like hearing anything about it in history. You just remember like, this area was kind of like mines.
Yeah. Maybe it like slowly went down over a couple of years. Puck relates this information as literally they kind of lay their head against goat and it's like laying down.
Sintagon's actually kind of becoming interested in Kay again, because now that they don't know him, they're much less terrifying. I think he might approach them and be like, so, you say you don't know me? Or recognize my face?
She stares at you very hard and she says, it's like almost like at the tip of your horn, you know, where you can't quite get it. But there's something. She kind of turns a bit red and says, well, attractive sounds not like but attracting. It's like being drawn almost kind of in a way, but not in like that way. I don't mean to imply anything. And she's just like getting like redder as she's talking, and says,
what color does her skin change when she turns redder? Like she's like a turquoise, right?
She is a light pink.
Yeah.
And as she gets redder, it's almost like this like purplish that starts spreading in almost like a butterfly across her face. And she kind of like seems to fidget with like nothing. Like it seems like she would be fidgeting with like something like that she would be like wearing like in her hair, but she just sort of like twitch fidgets and then kind of like doesn't, I don't know what to do with my hands about it. And she's just sort of like frazzled as she's trying to like not, but kind of but not. And I just feel like something, and then like out of desperation, like kind of like turns to Puck and is like, I feel sort of the same way about you. Well, not like it's different. Not like the same kind of. I know you, and points to Tay, and I know about you, and points to Araki and Kuma, and says, "You're legend, but you, and she like doesn't seem to like where she had been studying Sintagon while he was trying to escape so hard before, now seems like I can't look at you," and turns to Puck and says, you're something.
It's okay. Just stop while you're ahead. I get exactly what you're saying. Yeah, converse with Sintagon more, or Tay, or yeah.
Kuma goes up right beside her leg and like starts to just like kind of nuzzle her a little bit. And Araki goes, I don't know. I don't understand what's going on right now. Cause Sin didn't tell me. I mean, we were about to have drinks, but then we didn't. I mean, maybe later. But can I actually show you guys the pub? Can we go to the tavern real quick?
No, we should burn that to the ground. It's full of magic.
Whoa.
I know.
Very
but
similar to the similar to the thing.
Yes.
Ooh.
Yeah. We are going to eventually burn it to the ground, but I'd like you guys to see it first, if we don't mind.
That seems like a really... Wow, that's a big reaction.
Yeah. You'll see. Tay, you'll definitely, you'll get it once you go in there. Come on, you come with me, and she'll grab Tay's arm, and she's like, "Come this way."
It might not be safe for everyone. Maybe we better stay outside.
She also grabs Sintagon's arm because he needs extra help.
It's a party. Okay.
Let's all go. Let's go. Everybody, Kuma, you bring our lovely friend. Bring her too. Come on. Let's all go. And then we all go.
Goaty sticks with Puck.
Nice.
I like turn around like halfway, reaching out to Puck, and I'm like, come on, we're going. Come with us. Come on.
I look and I'm considering it, and I slowly get up. Not before hugging Goaty.
That's it, Puck. That's it. Come on.
Yep. Okay, and just for clarification's sake, do we see what they're seeing, or is it just like, because in my mind I just see a literal abandoned crater that they're like, look at all of these buildings?
Oh no, it looks like looks like there was a city,
and
it's just lower now.
That's
all of the buildings are the same. There are people walking around. There's like it looks like normal, except that there are these sheer walls around it. It is several feet below like the surface level. And Araki is acting like this is absolutely normal when everyone else is sort of like,
Ugh.
this seems
Not normal.
The not normal kind of thing.
Okay. Yeah, for some reason in my mind, I was there seeing a whole city and we're just seeing dirt in a crater, which was not true at all. So.
Oh no, you all see all of this. But is it there?
I'm going crazy. We have
Magic.
to put Araki down.
Oh no.
Not Kuma though. She's always good.
Kuma knows that.
Do I still see like around me the people that I saw on the bar? That's still happening though, right?
You see people that you had seen in the bar. As to whether or not they are still in the bar, you're not sure. You have not seen a double of anybody in the same place.
Still have detect magic up just so people are aware.
Okay, cool.
You're definitely sensing some notes of as you're moving through the town of illusionary magic. And sometimes some pings of transmutation.
But not too far out of the normal.
There's lots of illusionary magic. Kind of a nice film.
Huh,
nice
interesting.
Film. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, my buddy Sin over here, he says that he saw also a ton of magic. It was all glowing. I don't really know how that works. Neither does Kuma. But he was saying he saw a ton of glowy people and glowy tables and glowy drinks. Just lots of glow.
Yeah, everything was either transmutated or illusion to look different.
As you are walking towards the dusty stool, everyone roll me a perception. I'm sorry with perception today. This is a day of noticing things, or rather not noticing things.
Yep, no.
I got a nat 20.
What?
Woo, woo, woo.
Over here.
That's my best thing. It's my best stat. Too.
You notice everything.
I see every nuance.
Wherever.
Yes.
And Tay, what was yours?
15.
15. Okay. So with a 15, as you're walking, you glimpse out of the corner of your eye someone else, and you're used to looking at dead people. You see a dead people in the, don't you dare, in the kind of town square-ish area. And you see it slightly after Araki, who notices the dead person, and you have no idea who this dead person is. They look like kind of like a wizard, but like they have some weird symbol that looks like it's almost like maybe a god symbol ? But maybe not. It's nothing you recognize as being a god symbol. And they seem to be like middle-aged-ish and like pretty attractive guy, except for the fact that he's dead.
But dead.
Yeah. And as you kind of like see this, your first response, being someone who's very used to taking care of people and protecting them, is to look around, and you see kind of in the shadows of a tree in an alley, this giant metallic bird, kind of almost like for a moment being a bird and then just sort of like shifting into something else as they duck behind a building, or it ducks behind a building.
Okay, two things. Dead body, not good. Who did anybody else see that? Somebody just went in that direction down that alley, and I think it might be a dead body.
Girl, I went full chameleon. I saw multiple different directions all at the same time. I saw exactly what you're talking about. I pull out an arrow and I'm already like, Kuma is growling and I've got my arrow knocked.
As soon as Araki knocks an arrow, suddenly 6 meteors appear around Sintagon. He panic meteors.
Oh god.
That's cool.
Ah!
Oh gosh.
Metal bird. Dead person.
Metal bird.
Metal bird. Do you know a metal bird? Do you happen to just know a metal bird?
Warforged lady.
Warforged bird. Okay. Cause her. I heard you talk about Warforged. Okay. We're here. We're doing this. Okay. All right. Okay. Should I kill one of them?
Which way was the Warforged?
So if y'all are right here walking to the bar, you see the dead guy about here, like way up here. You saw the big bird behind a building and is now out of sight.
Ooh.
I have my arrow knocked towards the dead guy. Does he look like he's kind of coming in our direction in a menacing manner?
The dead guy is dead. He is not undead. He is dead. He is
Oh,
dead.
he's super dead. Okay.
Super dead.
I thought he was undead.
Oh no. Nope. He is. I mean, you can still have your
Yeah. I'm gonna bring it down a little and just kind of loosen my arrow like not loosen it, but
not loose it, just loosen it.
Exactly.
I can make him talk.
That's cool.
If you think you might have information that you need, I can make him talk.
That's a really intimidating but kind of cool thing to say.
Can I still see the Warforged lady?
No.
No.
Behind the building.
I feel like Puck is going to start walking towards where Araki said the Warforged lady was going, and is going to turn into a child, very small, unassuming, as long as nobody's seeing them, to try to see what's up with this.
Kuma goes with.
So, the rest of you just watching? Are you going up to the dead guy? Are you going with to look for the Warforged?
I'll go with Puck, and Kuma will go with Puck. We'll both go with Puck.
I'll follow Tay.
If it seems like if there's information that's needed, I can make him talk, but I don't know what to ask.
How does he know the bird lady?
Cordassa has like her hands ready and kind of goes with Sintagon and Tay. So Puck, Araki, and Kuma, you kind of casually in a hurry-ish go to where this Warforged is gone, or this board forge, and you get to like the edge of the building. Are you trying to be sneaky about this, or are you just trying to be unassuming?
I could be sneaky.
Okay. If you're being sneaky, make me stealth.
Oh, that's good. That's a 22.
Okay.
Do I need to roll for Kuma?
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
Nope.
Puck is a little kid at this point, so
relying more on being deceiving than yeah.
Kuma didn't do well either. She
So,
had a 5.
So this puppy and this small child go excitedly bounding around the corner, kind of missing that we're trying to be sneaky and more thinking that we're just trying to be innocent looking. And as you round the corner, nothing is there.
Illusionary magic anywhere?
There's illusionary magic pretty much everywhere. You can roll an investigation if you'd like.
I want to see if it's centered on a specific area, if I'm getting more investigation. There we go. I'm good at that. 18.
Nice. So as you're sort of pinging around with your radar, you see that it's more like generally on the ground, and not like some around the buildings, but not like this whole thing is an illusion, just like patched here and there. You don't feel a spot where it's like more. But as you're looking around at everything, you see, you're kind of like feeling too, you feel that there, through the magic, is a mound of what feels like very loose soil. And switching back over to Sintagon, and Cordassa, you come up to what Sintagon you would recognize as Kent, lying in the street.
Is he dead?
And, well, you can make a medicine check.
Rather than do that, I'll turn to Tay. Tay, you're an expert in dead things, right? Is he dead?
Oh my god, why would I roll a 1 on a medicine check? You gotta be kidding me. I think he's dead.
I'm
I mean,
gonna gift you one of my reroll. Please reroll.
No, and she has a reroll.
I do, I have one. Let's try that again. Go away. This is awful. It's not much better. 13. At least I can probably tell he's not breathing. Maybe.
He is not breathing. You can tell that this corpse is not alive. 0% life.
Fantastic.
This dead corpse is dead.
The corpse is slain.
Definitely is dead. Okay. Yeah. Yep. He is definitely expired.
Oh no! What? Really? Like really dead?
Like really dead.
Like dead?
Like probably not coming back unless you happen to have a lot of diamonds in your pocket. Because I could do that too. Maybe.
I don't have a lot of diamonds. I have an arcane focus.
So he's probably been dead too long anyway, honestly.
Oh, well, that feels bad because, like, you know, I didn't like him, but at the same time, I didn't want him to die.
Is it obvious? Like, is he like lying in a pool of blood? Are there cuts or like lacerations or anything that would make it really obvious?
It's pretty obvious. There are lots of lacerations. There doesn't seem to be a lot of blood.
Ooh.
And you can read some more into that if you would like to, but there's not seem to be a lot of blood as you're medicine checking him. But there are some very deep puncture wounds in some places that seem to be fairly, important for life-sustaining practices.
Okay.
Couldn't we just like plug those up a bit or something?
I don't really, actually, I know it doesn't work like that. Is there anything that would actually prohibit him from talking if we did cast Speak with Dead?
I mean, there's like some holes in his throat, some puncture wounds.
Well, it just says the corpse must still have a mouth and can't be undead.
He still has a mouth.
Okay. Before I cast it, I'm actually going to open his mouth. Does he still have his tongue?
Yes.
Okay. Yikes. Yeah, so
that's a bit gross. I guess you do this all the time, right?
You get used to it, honestly.
Sintagon, you feel very cold fingers, not chillingly, unhumanly cold, but just terrifiedly cold fingers sort of wrap around your upper arm as Cordassa is kind of just shrinking into you, staring at this thing that might begin to start talking.
I wouldn't worry about it. Tay seems like a professional.
Yeah, I do this a lot.
I meant that genuinely. That wasn't said in a condescending tone or anything.
Oh, no, I didn't think so. Yeah, no, I do this a lot, so it'll be fine. It'll be fine. Yeah, so she goes ahead and she...
It's a real shame that you've got such a lovely bedside manner and you work with dead people.
Well,
it kind of seems a bit wasted.
Well, I'm not actually super good at the whole conversation thing, so it's easier when I don't have to talk, honestly.
Oh, sorry.
It's fine. It's, comes with the job. Anyway, so she just goes ahead and reaches down and casts Speak with Dead.
Okay. Back over to Puck and Araki. As Puck, you're feeling this mound of loose dirt.
She loves. I mean, we all love touching a good mound, don't we?
Yep, that loose dirt. As a kid, feel around and start like digging, seeing what I can feel. Because this seems like a good idea.
And this isn't an obvious mound of dirt that just happens naturally, right?
Yeah.
The only way that Araki knows it's there is Puck has felt it. You don't actually see it. It just looks like normal grass, normal level grass.
I don't see it. Okay.
So you see this child being like,
what? I mean, how are you doing that?
magic, illusion, crap.
Okay. I kind of see what's going on here. A general theme. Kuma, dig.
As the two of you start digging together, you get a ways down, probably about up to mid forearm, and earth just sort of starts shifting down, and a hole appears. A pretty sizable hole, as the earth just sort of falls into it.
The mines. The mines.
Yes, absolutely. Can I tell if this is going into the mines?
Do you have a torch or light or or dark vision?
I do have dark vision. I know that for certain.
As you kind of crouch down and peer into it,
I have a torch and a tinderbox.
You can see that there is tunnels. There are definitely some amount of tunnels down there. There are different it's not just a big hole in the ground as you're peering around. You kind of have to stick your head in the hole, because if you just look at it, even though you see Puck clearly moving dirt out of the way, there's still this level sort of grass looking thing over where Puck is digging. But as you it's almost like sticking your head underwater, where there's a point where the grass kind of disappears and you can see down into this tunnel.
Yeah, I'll say that Araki, because she doesn't really know. I mean, she thinks she's about to shove her head into full earth.
Yeah.
She's like, okay, if I get knocked out, go get Tay. She looks like she could help me out. And then she shoves her head in. And yeah, she sees all that. She comes out and she'll tell Puck, this is definitely the mine. I believe, if I have to say what happened here, the mine collapsed. I mean, I'm the first one to say it. The entire podcast. I mean, stream. I'm the first one to say it.
Yeah.
Nobody else said it.
No, of course. That's a very, very good original idea.
That's an original thought.
Yep. Straight from your mind.
Make me an investigation, Araki.
God damn it. That's not Araki.
Or perception. You could do perception as well. But I feel like I've been saying perception 8,000 times today.
Okay. All right. I'll say the number. That's not great. That's a 14.
A 14. As you say, I think the mine collapsed, and you sort of stick your head back down, looking for the telltale signs, the rubble piled up. You don't really see any. The tunnels seem like they're clear.
Okay, super weird thing though. There is no rubble. It's perfectly clear down there. I feel like from my mind up here, and I'm still working out this in my mind. It's clear down there. I mean, I don't even know. I think we should go down.
You see this kid, this whole time you've been talking, this tiny child has just been staring up at you, taking in everything you say.
The sweet baby angel, yeah.
Yes. Okay, so I forgot that I was a child. So it doesn't look like a mine. Do you remember? Did Sintagon tell you about the scorpions?
He did tell me about the scorpions. He just got to the scorpions in our tail when you guys showed up. He just told me about them.
They were like popping out of the earth.
Like daisies. I'm sorry.
Like daisies in the snow. Yeah.
Of course, it was crazy, but I wonder if the scorpions were in the earth. How did they get there? They must have tunneled somehow.
Had to.
Do you think this is a scorpion tunnel? Because I didn't like those.
Yes. I'm gonna say yeah. I'm gonna go with it and say that's super creepy. Do these? I will ask the DM at this point. Do these tunnels look man-made?
Roll me nature.
Ooh, I'm okay at that. Ooh, okay. All right. That's a 14.
14. They could kind of be either. They're definitely man-sized.
Okay, I'm gonna say they're man-sized. They could be man-made, but they could also be weird lobster scorpion made.
Oh, okay.
How big were they? How big were the scorpions? You saw them. How big? Tell me.
Pretty big, right?
They were probably slightly larger than Kuma.
Oh, okay. Kuma's pretty big. I mean, and Kuma's like, because she doesn't like the idea of giant scorpion lobsters.
Yeah. I kind of want to know. Puck is gonna dig around in the backpack, pull on this really, really dirty, obnoxiously big pair of goggles, puts them on, and kind of disappears down into the tunnel.
What are these goggles?
Night seeing.
Okay. So how are you getting down? Because it is a hole down into the tunnel.
Yeah. How deep?
It's probably, if you're just dropping straight in, it's probably like 9 or 10 feet down till you reach the floor.
Oh, never mind. I don't do that because I am tiny, but we need to, never mind about the goggles. We need to stake this place out and maybe get some equipment and we'll go spelunking. Or
we'll do a spelunking for sure. Let's go get the rest of the team.
Yeah.
Speaking of, we're going to shift back over to the rest of the team as Kent's mouth seems to emit like almost like that final like death puff of air as you have cast your spell.
That's probably the worst part, honestly. It's just never.
Oh God!
It's just a little bit unsettling. It never gets any better. So you get 5 questions, and it's honestly probably best to make them pretty simple.
Okay, what do you want to ask?
Oh no, you should probably ask the questions.
Who killed you?
It's a really good question.
It was a person or a bird.
Pen. Someone, we gotta have a pen. Anyone got a pen? A bit of
The
charcoal.
name
Oh God, they're talking. They're not gonna stop. Quick, find a pen.
Jairus.
Kate takes out one of her books and starts writing down the answers.
Oh, thank you. A jar of soda? What?
Jairus Witchleaf.
Oh, damn. That counted as a question, didn't it?
Yep.
Yes, it did.
Oh!
Monkey paw!
Okay. How? No, wait, that's not a silly question. What were your last thoughts?
I was looking for my prodigy. You.
Oh, yeah, I thought your last thoughts would have been like, ah, no, or something. What did you want to convey to me?
Oh.
They'll pay us to raise the city from the ground.
Oh.
And as he says this, there's sort of a rattle.
Sorry, I wasted some questions there.
Well, could have been worse, honestly.
Oh, but we didn't really get any information. He wanted to talk to me because, like, you know, raising the city, that would have been, like, our little business plan thing. I didn't actually get any relevant information, but, oops.
Well,
About this time, Puck and Araki start making their way back over.
Don't tell him anything!
Okay.
Guys. Kuma comes running. She comes up to Sintagon. She like starts nuzzling his hand. And like wants some pets. And Araki comes up and she's like, guys, there's some shit going on under the city. I don't know if you know it.
Oh,
Also,
yeah.
the entire thing is like an illusion. What? Okay. Right. I mean, what?
The entire thing? Everything?
I like everything. I just stuck my head through like grass. It's weird. Okay.
I'm sorry. You stuck your head through the grass?
Oh, like literally in grass, through dirt, and then saw the tunnel that the grass is hiding. The weird system could be a mine. Could also be a weird lobster scorpion thing going on underground.
Lobster scorpions. Oh boy.
Sintagon, you remember something about tunneling underground? Something bulgy.
A good
Oh.
bulge.
Oh no, the giant bulge! The giant bulge was making its way towards the thing. And then we're on the way here. We were riding in a carriage, and I was gonna blow up the giant bulge, but like we didn't really have time. We didn't get time to blow the bulge, so the bulge just went on without us, and it came here.
And you're telling me a bulge dropped the city I've been in for weeks down.
I'm not saying that, but at the same time, I am.
You are saying that, yeah.
Well,
It does seem like a logical conclusion.
That
possibly.
a bulge.
Well, I
dropped
mean,
the city.
it was quite an impressive bulge.
oh boy.
Okay, all right. I mean, I don't not believe it. A bulge is mighty powerful. Do you know what was in said bulge?
No, it was just like rippling through the earth.
They can have that effect.
Okay.
Okay, well, let me show you guys what you guys learned from the dead body, but we'll take you, Puck and I and Kuma will take you to where we just were and where I stuck my head in through
Okay.
dirt and grass.
We can walk and talk. I like that idea.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, we can definitely do that.
Is that Kent?
Oh,
You see tiny child. This is a tiny child Puck now. Like,
yeah, they're dead.
Puck, like I
Kent.
said, you can see Kent has a bunch of puncture wounds. There's really not a lot of blood.
Pretty sad.
he's dead?
And that is the one you told me about, Sin?
Yeah, he's the wizard that knows the really impressive spells like levitate that we were going to raise the city with, but now we can't do that, I guess.
Okay, you were gonna raise the city. Okay.
Not
Okay, so-
not like raise the city. I mean, literally raise the city up. We weren't going to set everything on fire.
With an S.
Oh, really into that.
And Puck is going to kind of slowly go up to the body. And I don't like this. I want to do a medicine check real quick.
Yeah.
Nope.
If you wanna, they were killed by a jar of soda. Wait, that was what I said first, then they corrected it and said it was like Jorah Switchleaf. Jorah Switchleaf! I mean, they didn't say anything!
They said, well, how can they still be alive but say something? How can they be dead and say something?
Okay, Tay's magic.
I cast a spell on them.
Oh. So, we have the name of the killer. Why is there no blood?
I don't actually know that part.
I didn't ask.
They said that it was a person or a bird that killed them.
Can I look at the like puncture marks that are all over the body and see if I can kind of discern what that would have been like?
Yeah, you can do a medicine, you can do an investigation, you can do a perception.
Okay. Well, my perception's really good, so I'm obviously going to choose that. Actually, I don't want that. I want this one. Ooh. 18.
18. So are you looking for are you looking for like what might have caused
what could have caused these particular puncture wounds that also would have caused no blood?
Okay.
But mostly what would have caused it.
So as you are looking at this homie, you are kind of like prodding in these holes, and they almost look like knife holes, kind of, but instead of being where there's like a blade on one side, it's almost like it's sort of wide in the middle and then tapers to kind of a sharp end on either side. They're only like this big. They're pretty small, but some of them are almost seem like in a line to make bigger. So there's punctures, but some of them seem to be so close together they make almost like a tear across. So they don't really seem to be like circular or like whole wounds. And as you're looking to be like, why is there no blood? You get something on your fingers that is not blood. And you're kind of looking at it. It's too dark to be blood. And it's almost like greenish.
What was he?
Looking at him, he looks human, if you're asking me.
Yeah, I'm asking everybody too. Like okay, so he looks human, but everybody, I'm like, what was he?
Like a wizard? What do you mean? Wait, what's that?
I show Puck the blood. The blood.
That looks like green shit. What the fuck is that green shit?
Does it have a smell?
Does it have a smell?
It does. It smells. How would I describe this?
Make up a smell.
Almost like tangy. Seems really gross to say about the smell. But
literal tank. Like I'm on a spaceship.
Like it doesn't smell like there is some sort of a blood scent to it, but just with a little more like hang to it, like if you
I get you, kind of like more like acidic kind of in nature, kind of. Can I do a nature check to see if I like recognize that blood smell?
Yeah.
Poison?
Nice.
Potentially, as my arm begins to fall off.
You didn't need it.
Oh God!
That doesn't count.
Jace. Poor Jace. Okay.
Unless it was a 20.
It wasn't, but I just rolled a 19 plus 3, so a 22.
Nice.
You've been out and about. You've been ootin' about. And as you're like smelling it, it's almost like you smelled it. It smells like this one time that you were helping this farmer out in his field, and he was belligerently drunk, and he was trying to wave crows away with his hoe, and there was a storm in the area, and his hoe got struck by lightning, and it smells like that exact moment where that happened, where that lightning struck that metal.
Okay, so he's like electrocuted metal, so like coppery kind of stuff. I'm like saying this, I'm like, it's kind of like, I mean, this one time when I smelled like basically exactly what you said. It's like electrocuted blood almost, like copper and like burnt. I mean, do you guys know what that could be? Like,
if there's copper, I could maybe cast a spell with it.
I don't think it's actually copper. Then chill out.
Oh, is he made of diamonds? We could bring him back to life
You know this guy,
consuming
right?
his arm.
You're friends with this guy, right? You've been
Look, I don't know how human or whatever race bodies work. There could be bits of metal in there. I don't know. I have horns. They're kind of like, what are they kind of like? They're like horns, I guess. What are horns made of? Horn?
Bone.
Bone?
Bone.
Oh.
Same
Oh,
as my tusk.
I mean, or it could be like a rhino horn. Those are like, that's like hair, isn't it?
Oh.
I don't know.
Good
I don't-
point.
yeah.
Avery?
Cartilage, I don't know.
Anyway, what? I mean, so he's not human. I've smelled human blood hundreds of times. I mean, at this point.
Same.
Doesn't smell human to me.
Does he smell the dancer?
Does smell a little like dancer.
Oh boy.
But
No.
yeah.
Sorry.
I'm literally trying my hardest to think of any other lyric in that song, but I cannot.
It's just the chorus. Everybody just knows the
It's
chorus.
just, are we human
It's
or are we
okay.
dancer? And I'm like,
We just find ourselves here looking for the answer, but we'll get through it. It's okay.
our lines.
Well, excuse me.
And it worked with the scene as well. Yay!
So I don't know what he was, but he wasn't human, and I don't know what he was pretending to be. But he's super dead. Let's go look at where I stuck my head into grass.
In my history of Warforged, I remember researching anything about like either green blood or some kind of
Welcome, Raiders. Katie Face, welcome. Hi. That was like a shaking heart there. That's me trying to do a heart. And... Anyway, carry on.
That's what Sintagon's heart does whenever he sees a young lady.
Flutters. That's a good flutter.
a good flutter.
It's basically what Sintagon's just doing all the time since he discovered adolescence.
Adolescence is hard.
It is.
Yeah. Valid. Yeah.
But the history of Warforged, you didn't hear anything specific about corpses or anatomy of them, just sort of tales, legends, kind of what they look like.
Fair.
I just belched very quietly, I'm sorry.
Is this Ganassi-ish in nature? Like at all?
With your nature score, your nature roll that you rolled, you would be able to tell that it does not appear to be genasi or elemental.
Okay,
Ooh.
cool. So it's almost like a Frankenstein. I don't know if you guys have, I don't know if you know Mary Shelley. I mean, whatever. But
Didn't Steve try to burn her husband's corpse? His heart was still there.
did you hear? I mean, she kept the heart.
She kept the rest of her life.
Pretty good. She likes
Cordassa is clinging more. Like,
Ow! I'm just a wizard. You can't cling too hard.
But maybe he was just brought back to life. Maybe he was dead at one point and he was brought back to life. Anyways, let me show you where I stuck my head into the ground.
Before we go anywhere though, I don't know if you're particularly close to him. If you want to, maybe I can cast another spell to preserve his body for a few days if you want to bury him.
I can give him wizard funeral rites like right now.
Oh,
why don't we preserve the body and then we can see if he had any.
It only takes a couple of seconds to deal with a wizard funeral. Most of us do it ourselves. Like, we kind of die and do it at the same time.
Sintagon, are you gonna set him on fire?
Yeah.
No.
Maybe stop. Maybe take a moment and think about your actions in this moment.
Isn't that how all people go out in the end?
No.
That would put me out of a job. I hope not.
Oh. Oh God, do wizards put you out of jobs?
So, I mean, if we have somewhere where we can put the body, that would be good.
Why do we put them down the grass hole? No one else will be looking down there. It's an illusion.
But we don't know what's down there.
How about under the there's like a super nice tree over here in this alley. We could like kind of just plop him in there and do the rites, you know, R.I.P.
Is there an inn? Is there an inn nearby?
There's the tavern.
Does it have rooms?
Or are there any like
has rooms.
deserted alleys or dumpsters you could just dump it in?
Wow,
Like barrels to just light his lit body on fire.
If we can stuff him into a barrel or something, then I can make sure that no one can get into it.
I don't know how I feel about this. If that's what you want, I can work.
No. Here, no, and Araki will like pick up his body, like, you know, cradle him and take him into the dusty stool. And Charlie, I'm gonna take a room. Is that cool?
Of course. And he goes and he gets you a key, and he's like, "Here you go.
Take the key. Take the key."
I'll take the
You got it.
Is your friend okay?"
Yeah, he's all good. Don't worry about him.
Too much to drink, it'll be fine.
"Oh, you were drinking somewhere without me?" And he like flips you off, and then he laughs a little bit.
That sounds like okay. We'll address that when we come back downstairs. Let's take him upstairs and do this Tay burial thing. And I'm definitely gonna come address that.
This is normal for Charlie.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, this is Charlie. This is my dude.
Yeah.
Huh. Okay, so I take it. Tay takes the key and we go upstairs.
Okay.
We do it.
Yeah. Once we get him situated. in the bed.
What is your strength score, Araki?
I'm like, please don't.
It is.
I am
12
behind.
plus 1.
You are what?
I'm behind in case they're stumbling.
Huh.
Much like I learned how to be behind people who are unsteady and walkers when they are climbing steps today. So there we go.
And Kuma's there too. She's like beside me, and like maybe she'll like help my arm a little bit. But it's a 12.
Okay. As you go to pick him up, oh my god, it's super hard to even like move him. I just remember carrying capacity thing. So it's super hard to even move him. As Kuma comes and like tries to get underneath, also very hard to get purchase. Puck, you lend a hand. What is your strength?
Not good. Is what it is. Also, yeah, -1, and I'm a tiny child right now, so.
Oh boy.
Okay. You also contribute to this. It's not going well. Cordassa also helps to pick up this man, and with all of you working together, you can. His heels are kind of dragging a little, but you can get him.
I was gonna say, after a while, I might just start dragging his dead body up the stairs. Like, I don't even care anymore.
And
trying to get into the hole.
You're able to have the interaction. You get him upstairs, or like his heels up the stairs.
Yeah.
And you get to your room just fine.
Okay, do your thing.
Yeah, we'll get
Put him on the bed.
Yeah.
Make him comfy.
Tuck him in, tuck the sheet around nice and tight, and I'll cast Gentle Repose.
Okay.
So for the next 10 days, his body will not be decaying and cannot become undead.
Okay. You repose him gently. He seems to be at peace.
Wonderful.
I immediately go downstairs and talk to Charlie.
As you come back down, he is finishing pouring you your usual wine and sets it in front of you.
But he has it in his hand?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Hey, Charlie, what's been up, my man?
Just running the bar, and hey, quit that. And he sort of waves a menacing finger at two people who are clearly underage trying to sneak a drink off a table. And he kind of shakes his head and he says, the usual headaches.
Oh, yeah, underage kids drinking. It's terrible.
He kind of laughs a little bit and says, yeah, I have an eagle eye for that sort of thing.
How do you feel, buddy?
I
You
mean,
feel okay, Charlie?
same as always, different day, right?
Insight. That
Okay.
too.
I want to imagine Puck as a little kid has somehow gotten a glass of beer, is just sipping really nonchalantly this whole time.
I'm gonna re-roll that because that was really bad. Oh, that's a nat 20 this time.
Ooh.
So 22.
So as he says, same blah blah blah, everything that he just said. He kind of turns back around, and you're trying to catch this lie, and he seems to be being honest about it. And as he turns around to pour another beer, and you're staring him down but you ain't the Charlie I used to know.
Ocular pat down.
That's a
You
great.
see this on the back of his neck. And that's where we're going to call the session, because we are out of time, guys.
What happened to the Charlie that we used to know?
Charlie!
He actually has paint all over his body. It's really sweet.
What a great
Mind
session.
Oh,
I had so much fun
much
today, you guys. That time's flown. I actually can't believe the time looking across. Thank you
I know,
so
crazy.
much.
Thank you very much for having us.
Oh, it's a
Yes.
blast. I love everybody's characters. I'm glad that
Yeah.
we had time to kind of have interactions between everybody. That was very cool. I was afraid it was going to be pod and pod, but
Yeah, no, it was 100% great. 100% great. Let's go around and do a wrap-up. Let's talk about who we are, where we can find each other online. Get your links ready, because I'd love it if you could post all your links in my chat. And tell us about your favorite part of the session. Let's go the other way around this time, shall we? And start with Raven. Oh, hi.
Hi. So I'm Raven, and you can find me at Raven_Coop or Raven_Co-op, whatever tickles your fancy, or at Co-op the podcast. And my favorite thing about the session was the chemistry between Araki and Sintagon. That was really nice. I really loved that.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that too. I thought we hit it off real quick. It was great.
Yeah, that was fun.
Thank you so much. I think I've got all the links. I just linked everything to everything, so hopefully I got it.
You did. I love it. Mwah. Bellissima.
Perfect. Thank you. Next around we have Liz at Josia.
Yes, hi, I'm Liz, and you can find me on the Twitter at emjosia. And my favorite part tonight was pretty much anything that had to do with Kuma. I have 2 dogs, and I just love dogs, so that was great.
Dogs are the best. And cats. I love all. Animals are the best.
We have a cat, and we're at my parents who have 3 dogs, and we're slowly integrating them. And today they had their first non-leashed introduction. Not planned, but it went okay.
That's good.
That's good.
As in, my dog play-bowed, the cat hissed, I shouted, and then it all de-escalated really quickly. Anyway, that's a little window onto my life. Next around, Abby at Abigator Frenzy.
Oh man, thank you guys. I love playing with new people every week. My name is Abigator Frenzy. You can find me on Twitter. The main thing I'm doing besides this is on Saturdays on the Forefronts channel. If you look on my Twitter, you'll see a link. There is a hack of Blades in the Dark we're using to play a new Animorphs hack. It is the coolest thing ever. So just check out my Twitter. It's there. You can DM me with questions. I will get you the lowdown because it's awesome. And my favorite part about today's session, I think it might be a tie between how amazingly well you played off Tay being, I don't talk to humans a lot, and but no, yeah, it seems dead. Yeah.
Yep.
Perfect. And Araki being this like, nope, I don't know you. I've known you for a couple of hours, Sin. You need to come with me. And I put my head through grass. I put my head through the ground.
Yes.
So wonderful. Before, we'll go to Holly next. Sagephilia. Hi.
Hi. Sagephilia, I'm here every Tuesdays and Thursdays, streaming on this lovely channel. You can also find me on Twitter at Sagephilia. I'm in the Discord too, where I will be excitedly talking about this session after session. My favorite parts, I feel like every time it's everything. I loved Puck just being stuck there in confused rage as all of these crazy things happened around them. Sintagon trying so hard to get away from everybody and just like trying just so hard, and they just keep finding him. It was great. I also loved the moment of like, I am super good with dead people, but oh my goodness, please don't make me deal with living people, because that is a big mood. I feel that sometimes.
So much.
For real.
And then Araki just picturing this like, yeah, I'll try anything once, stick my head in a hole. Yeah, sure, that's fine. Burn down a tavern. Yeah, whatever. Like I'm down to clown. Like, let's do it. It was great. Everybody was like on point.
The way that you introduced yourself, yeah, I'm Araki. This is Akuma. You might have heard of Akuma before. The legendary Akuma.
She's way more important than me. Period. Feel that way about all my pets.
Same.
So valid.
Last but not least, Sintagon, aka Scratticus. Oh hi.
Okay, so I had so many favorite parts, so many. I loved the chemistry between Sintagon and Araki as well. I loved it. I thought we hit it off straight away, and we had some fantastic roleplay there. You were really easy to bounce off of. And then later on with Tay as well, that sort of like shy, not sure what to do roleplay. I thought that was also great. But my favorite thing about the session is that Puck didn't get to ask Sintagon any questions.
Any questions?
It's coming. It's coming. Just you wait.
She's writing them all down.
I'm so happy about that specific thing. And I don't know who's left in chat, but if anyone has a raid cry, please let us know what the raid cry is, as we are going to start winding down. Please take a moment to check out the links as we close up the stream. All the places you can support us, find us socially online, find our sponsors, Burden the Storm Publishing and Mage Hand Press, and also we've got a whole bunch of 10 to 15% discount codes for a whole bunch of websites as well. And apparently they're not getting used very much, so don't be shy about using them. You can use them; they do support us. That's all the things. So everyone, we're gonna go and raid the wonderful Glitch Butt, who's memeing usually, but at the moment they're playing some Spyro. Actually, no, we're not. We're gonna go over to We Are Nerdsmith because they are playing D&D, and the D&D leads to D&D, and all the Ds are. We love the D over here. We love it.
We love D.
We do.
We love the D.
We my favorite thing all week, rolling in the D. Love it.
We had one suggested raid call earlier of this is a day of not noticing things. I'm trying to see if there were other.
We'll go with that.
Rolling bulge. Just come in, rolling bulge.
This is. I try to avoid the risque ones because
I know.
idea.
I had to bring it up because in my mind, I feel it would be hilarious.
Oh no, it is. It totally is. But I had one awkward raid where like they literally called us out on it. We're like, what the fuck? What are you coming in here and saying? And we were like you know the classic kid putting their toe in the dirt. Like, well, you know, we were playing D&D and these things happen.
I thought you were inclusive. You just come into my stream and post inappropriate raid calls. Yeah, I get you.
Anyway, that's it, guys. That is the stream. So let's head over there. He says, as if he had everything prepared. We're going to be back on Monday at 2 p.m. EST with the first show of the week. ...
And it'll
completely
be
normal with Smallish Sam, and we'll be back this time next week. With more Fading Footsteps. Keep on evoking emotions, everyone. We'll see you next time. See you later. Bye.